Welcome to Canal Days video series on what life was like in the industrial Connecticut River Valley of Massachusetts. You are key to unlocking the secrets of time as we transport you through the ages of pivotal and seminal turning points that make up our riveting local history today. This episode traverses the Canal of Wilbraham, Massachusetts. I'm your host, Carrie, along with your personal tour guide, my co-host, local historian, Robert Comu, founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke. Robert guides you on illuminating and enriching adventures through historic sites across Massachusetts. Perfect for families, educators, history enthusiasts, and tours of all ages. So get ready to step back in time as we discover and explore the sites that shape this iconic region. From monumental landmarks to natural landscapes that stood the test of time, there's something for everyone to enjoy. So visit holyokecanaltour.org for more information and the entire Canal Days video and podcast series. Also check out Robert's 2025 tour schedule.
All right, we're on the hunt for the Collins Canal, and so we have to show you where the canal was. In fact, it was right here. It's all filled in with packed earth and a parking place. This is the location it was. It went right through this fenced-in yard. It's an empty lot now because there's nothing. There was a canal here and then nothing here. So this was a canal at one time coming right off of the Chicopee River. All right, and so we'll explore the Chicopee River a bit. And there were a lot of worker homes around this area at one time. And there's a beautiful bridge here. So we'll go up to the bridge first. And in the distance, you can see the mill still there. That's mill number 1, the Collins Mill. They quickly sold out to William Whiting of Holyoke, and he turned it into his Whiting Mill number 3 in Wilbraham. Okay, so it says here the Greentown Bridge rededicated 2006 by the towns of Wilbraham and Ludlow. This structure replaced the Collins 1852 covered bridge washed away in the 1938 flood. And up here it says American Bridge Company, USA, 1939. So this is a 1939 single span truss bridge. And we'll walk onto it. And we want to be able to see where the Chicopee River is. In the distance, you see the Chicopee River across the way. I'll go over there later. You can see the dam just barely. You can see the power station off to the side. So they changed the former power canal, which went behind the mill and powered with turbines, into one that now does hydroelectric. Right? You can see the drop is about 20 feet or so over there. And upwards is another mile, you reach the Red Bridge hydroelectric station, and you get a fairly good view from here of the William Whiting Mill 3. Okay, and you got a nice view across the way again of the dam. On the other side of this bridge is Ludlow itself, and Ludlow and Wilbraham share this bridge. Now, this is the Chicopee River. Notice how narrow it is. When you're down in Chicopee, it's a lot wider because it collects water along the way and distributes it. All right, looking back now to the upside of the Chicopee River. Right, and there's a lot over there. So it does get wider. You can see it expand. Okay, and it starts to get wider and wider over there. And you get a great view of the back of the William Whiting paper mill. In the beginning, the Collins Mills made cotton, but it partially burned, and William Whiting bought it out, I think, about 1890. Now, Collins had made his first mill around 1874. It's the last of the 6 power canals put onto the Chicopee River. He came last. It was a single mill canal only. Okay, and if you walk down that wood, you'll be able to see an outlet for the race or tunnel, which carries the water from the former canal. So what's left of this is, of course, the dam, the spillway. The dam splits in two, and then 2 mills are left, but the canal itself was filled in because it wasn't being used. It was probably filled in the 1920s, and of course the bridge is still around. Now North Wilbraham Village is about a third of a mile up this road, and that village was already around when this canal came around, so it was not a canal village. But a lot of these homes were built about the 1870s for managers and for workers inside of the mills. Okay, you can see a better view of the spillway here, and of the dam, and the hydroelectric station. Right, and this pipe is probably carrying drinking water from the Quabbin into Wilbraham. All right, now this is, notice how there's an angle in that dam. This angle over here is what forced the water into the Collins Canal. So it pushed the water over to the side here and inwards towards the location over there. That parking lot was where the canal drifted over to. And again, you can see the Whited Mill over there. All right, so you can see a lot of really cool things around this area. Now what I'll try to do is go over towards that mill over there. There's actually 2 mills. And William Whiting's expanded it from 3 floors to 4 floors. And the first of his mill was in Holyoke, Massachusetts. It's a very old mill. He has started his life as an accountant at the Holyoke paper mill, and then started up his own paper mill. And even after he died, his son Samuel Whiting kept it going. He was a politician plus a manufacturer. Okay, so we're starting to see the beginning of the mills. You notice that the basement level windows are boarded in, but the upper ones are not. The Collins Canal would have been coming right through this brush, and it would have been right in front of those boarded windows, right? It was a fairly narrow canal. It only had 1 mill to serve. And here's a much better view of the William Whiting Mill 3. Beautiful front door area. It had a bigger tower on the top of that piece, and you can see it's basement plus 3 floors high. Okay, and there's second mill out here in Wilbraham for the William Whiting Mill 3. It's called 3B. Is right here. It's mostly a storage mill. It probably didn't use the canal water. Most of the canal water by the point it got to here was probably too low to power very much. But you can see this is their mill number 3B. It's quite abandoned look to it. Okay, and with that, I'll say goodbye and thanks for coming along.